Oh, that one's supposed to... Got the wrong one there. You got any more strings here at the string factory? I've been with The Who for over 30 years, heading to 32 years. And a few years before that with whoever employed me. Ronnie and Keith did the Stones for mainly all the 80s. And Joe Walsh, Graham Nash, George Harrison, to name but lots. It starts on a phone call. Do you fancy coming out, helping out for a weekend? Somebody's ill, can you help tonight? And all of a sudden, 35 years later, what happened? You know, that's how a lot of people from when I started. My first guitar was a Fender bass, which I still have from the 60s. And when I was a kid, when I saw George Harrison play, that was it for me. I had to have a Tennessean. And about 2 years later, at a local music shop in the window, was a brand new Telecaster. When I saw that, when I was about 14, that was the end of it. And it still is. That's for me. But not just the image when I didn't know anything about it when I was a kid. It just delivers the whole thing, you know. And every period of telly for me is so different from the couple before, but they all do something as far as I'm concerned. Strat's also fantastic. If you notice the head, recently it got thrown off the stage a couple of times. I just glue the head back on because the hardest bit is the machine head, so they take the fall, and the weakest bit, so that bit's been off a couple of times, glue it back on. It's working. 89, I think, was the first year. I turned them onto them. Just, I thought it was a real practical guitar. People say, "Oh, it's not the real thing." They're not listening. I think it's a real functional guitar. Doesn't sound like a Telecaster. Doesn't sound like a vintage Strat. It sounds like what it is, and I think it's a real practical stage guitar. And I've done that before with other models Pete used, and I think it's a contender. That's how it came around. At a show, the show goes well, and they usually do. Uses two guitars. One for regular tuning, one with the capos on. And as soon as the capo songs are finished, I just retune that one, and it becomes the spare for the main guitar. Thanks to Fender, we've got an extra 5 or 6 now, but it's usually 10. Now we've got 15, 9 or 10, 15. It's gone up to now, with a few modifications on and waiting to come into play, literally. This is all Fender, right there. This is the Fishman bridge, and so you get the acoustic stereo out to a splitter box. This is the volume, either on or off, with the acoustic side. And I had in here is an AMG preamp, which just boosts the signal for the acoustic side. It's really simple, even though people go stereo guitar, but it's easy to use, very functional, and Pete blends them a lot. It's not full on. This is probably full on this side, and this is added to enhance it. And of course, Pete's a great acoustic guitar player, so there it is in one guitar. Where's it go? To the Vibra King, and this goes to a DI into the board. Pete used to use a separate, dedicated acoustic amplifier, but he just uses the monitor system now. Well, for me, there is only one amplifier. Total, as far as I'm concerned. I can't remember how Pete got into them. I really can't, when they first came out, or around then. And we used them on a couple of gigs, not Who gigs, on Pete's solo gigs. And then, just looking through the catalogue, I thought it would be a good idea to add the extension cabinet, which takes the weight, you know, the load, it's 3 10s plus the 2 12s, and it really works. And I mean, really is a great sound. And the amp combined with that guitar really suits Pete's needs. And when he plays, he's on 3. Volume is at 3. People think it's on 8, 9, 10. It's not, it's 3. And he has another setup on stage, which is basically a spare, and he kicks it in for later in the show for just that bit more. And that's set quieter than the main rig. When you work for Pete, when the Who are on stage, you have to pay attention. It's the real thing. There's no messing around. No one's going to get up and jam with the Who. It doesn't happen. It's, you know, it's a cause as well as just playing to the punters. It's way past that. And believe me, it'll come back at you if you're not paying attention. You've got to be on. And that's every gig, from then until now, and all points in between. Everyone has to be there, you know. And I know you want some rock and roll story, but I can't think of anything more. But it's the real thing, you know. It's not going out with most other bands where it's, yeah, that was cool. This isn't cool. That won't happen again. That's right, it won't happen again. This guitar here, that's twice it's been, when it got broke, it was hurled twice in my direction because he didn't like it. Broke my glasses, by the way, expensive, and then it hit the floor. Other things it dragged with it as well. Without a doubt, the impact, certainly on me. Come see my Fender guitar collection. You'll see how. Oh, without a doubt, it's the real thing. Yeah. Is it? Do I get cash for this? Or yeah. Oh, that's all right. Get paid in Telecasters.